Ninjago had finally started and the best was yet to come. From late 2011 to 2012, the first two seasons of the series released. Being the first seasons of so many, a strong sense of nostalgia still surrounds them. Part 2 will focus on Ninjago's original run and why this era of the series is so iconic. Ninjago's very first installment had released earlier in 2011, and towards the end of the same year, Season 1 started. The first two episodes of Rise of the Snakes released in the US in November. The sets also started to release around then as well, and the season only finished airing in April of 2012. The finale episode actually had over 3 billion viewers tuning in. Like the pilots, this season set many precedents, and created so many key aspects about the show. Most notably of these aspects was the Serpentine, who have been involved in almost every Ninjago season in some way. This race of human-like snakes is such a staple of the series, and has had a huge impact on the show. Season 1 also expanded the idea of powers with the true potentials. There was also the introduction of the bounties, Samurai X, and of course the Green Ninja story. There was so much speculation and hype about this character, who ultimately ended up being Lloyd. Season 1 was very successful, and the first trailer for Season 2 released in the summer. Season 2 was an interesting season to say the least. This season's first half was made up mainly of filler episodes. This was done to fill up time before the next wave of sets came in the winter. As a result, these weren't received very well, as they were very random and didn't do too much with the actual plot. They still are considered to be some of the show's worst episodes ever. Fortunately, the second half was received far better. This story was actually connected to the sets and wasn't just random episodes. Stuff like the final battle at Temple of Light were praised, and are some of the most iconic scenes of the series. Ninjago definitely went out with a success, and similar to Season 1's finale, the final episode received over 3 billion viewers. These sets started to come in late 2012 and early 2013. Revisiting the original question, why are these seasons looked upon so fondly? One of the easiest answers is nostalgia, and these came out 9 years ago. These were simpler times for many fans whose lives have really changed since then. People also love the characters. The 4 that 5 Ninja made a great impression on the viewers. Especially in these two seasons, they were extremely relatable, such as Cole's story with his father. But there was also a sense of hype that surrounded the show that just isn't really around anymore. Many more people watched it back then. LEGO magazines advertised the show, and there was also a consistent release schedule. These elements aren't as present or just aren't present at all nowadays. But that was, or at least it was supposed to be, the end of Ninjago. Immediately after episode 26, a promotion was shown for Ninjago's successor, The Legends of Chima. It was made by the same crew, with Tommy and Andresen at the helm, and scheduled to release in 2013. With Ninjago seemingly over, this began an entire year without the show. But as fans would soon discover, Ninjago wasn't over. Because of how popular the show was, LEGO decided to renew Ninjago for a third season. For the next year, the show entered hiatus. But this wasn't the end of Ninjago's story. In fact, there was so much more to come.